We are Luke and Ellie. And together we make up North Idaho Nomads. We make videos about living and playing in North Idaho. Our home base is right by the famous Lake Coeur d'Alene. 2 years ago, we picked up a camera and started to film our adventures as we searched for an off-grid property. Okay, maybe they were more like misadventures. Since then, we've rediscovered a love for our state and for travel as a whole. So, if you're just as much of an outdoor and travel junkie as we are, join us as we head off on another adventure. We can't wait to take you with us.
So we're headed south. Genuinely don't know where we're gonna sleep tonight.
I do.
Well, we don't know what town we're gonna sleep in tonight.
We don't need a town. We can sleep anywhere we want.
It's true, we don't. We got the truck tent a couple weeks ago. We've been working on it ever since. If you want to see the video of how we got it and like what we've done to it, I'll link that up here. We're not sure where we're gonna go yet. We're definitely for sure Southern Idaho. Maybe we'll go past that. Thinking tonight we might try to shoot from McCall, Idaho, which is a really cool town, about 6 hours south of us. But we'll see how we feel. So we're super excited. We have not gone on a trip like this since 2020. We didn't really do much, if any, camping last summer. So we were working on the property, which we still have, by the way. We just aren't doing anything with it right now. This is way more fun because now we're overlanders. Yeah, super excited.
True to our word, we really didn't know where we were going. We headed south from Coeur d'Alene down to McCall, Idaho. The road was easy and travel went smooth. McCall was a lot snowier than we had hoped, which didn't seem like a big deal until...
From the beginning. One of our qualities of a North Idaho Nomads camping trip is a lack of research ahead of time. We just pack our shit and we go. And sometimes it works out great and we find these amazing locations. And other times it backfires horrifically. This is one of those times it backfires horrifically. The weather forecast in McCall is not good tonight. There's a 100% chance of rain turning into sleet, turning into snow. We are 1,000 feet above sea level?
No, we're like 5,500.
Like I said, we are 5,500 feet above sea level, which means it's colder because we're higher up. So, we are looking for motels right now. Overlanding's gonna have to wait one day. And to top it off, we have to find a pet-friendly one because of old stinky boy back there.
Thankfully, Chateau de Hotel number 8 turned out to be just fine, and we were able to get checked in without any issues. We grabbed a quick bite to eat for dinner that night in McCall, and then settled in for a nice night of rest.
Good morning. Whew. This is what we woke up to. And granted, it's melting, but that would have been really miserable to be camping in last night.
First night overlanding.
It's a total success.
I'd say we crushed it.
So we're getting out of McCall. It's freezing. There's like 4 inches of snow.
Mixed snow.
Yeah, mixed. So there's not really a lot for us to do because we didn't bring any winter gear, and we want to be in the warmth. So we're just actually gonna book it straight out of here. We're gonna head south.
So the plan was to continue through the pass and on to Boise. However, we'd been noticing signs talking about a road closure for pretty much the entire trip. Being the experienced travelers that we are, we obviously didn't listen to them and found out the hard way that the road was in fact closed.
So our options are to wait in Cascade until 1:30 and then follow the pilot truck through, or drive about 3.5 hours around the other way.
Not wanting to wait around for the road to reopen, we did some quick research into things that we could do in McCall for 2 hours. Turns out there was a hot springs about 30 minutes out of town, so we went to check it out.
Alright, obviously I'm not going to show us changing, but
We want to get those views up.
maybe we should. But we're here, we're going to get changed and try to find the trail. It snowed a lot, so it might be a little interesting getting down to it.
Testing. Oh, it's so hot. Oh, it's so hot. Oh, that guy's going all in.
Oh my.
Apparently clothing is optional.
Yeah. This was so much easier to get to than the last hot springs we hiked into. But, so the water is getting pumped out of another hot springs in, and I think the water's also coming out of there. But if it gets too hot, you just turn this little knob and you get cold water from the creek. There's a second pool down there, someone's in it. But yeah, this is awesome.
After taking our obligatory Instagram selfies to prove we went someplace cool, we packed up and headed back to wait in the already long line to get through the pass. The pass only opened up once a day, so there was a lot of people waiting to head south. So, the pilot car took off, and I don't have the right lens, but there's a box truck way up there that's just not moving.
First in line, too.
First in line. And the pilot truck just took off. And now finally everyone else caught on.
Is going from beginning of the line to the end of the line.
After getting through the canyon, we continued south to Boise. From there, we headed east, passing through small towns, farm fields, and eventually sagebrush and rock. After driving for what felt like hours through southern Idaho, we finally made it to our destination. The City of Rocks National Reserve is a lesser-known park located in southeast Idaho. It's filled with towering rock structures that form unique shapes, cliffs, and canyons. We'll do a future video that is more in-depth, but for now, you'll have to take our word on how awesome this place was. We pulled into the park pretty late and started to unpack. Did I mention it was actually really, really cold?
Good thing I packed cold weather gear.
Like I said, we'll go more in depth on this park in our future breakdown videos of this trip. We got our campsite situated and started to unpack the roof tent. Our model is an older Yakima Skyrise tent, and while it's not fancy, it gets the job done. It's a simple setup. Once it's out of the bag, you flip it over and extend the ladder. It takes about less than 10 minutes to get set up from start to finish, so it's a great starter tent for us. Also, this park has an unnaturally high amount of vultures that like to circle.
I think that's gonna do it for this one. Hopefully tomorrow goes a little smoother than today did. But I think we're just gonna end the video here and make our dinner and get cozy and hopefully not get killed tonight. The 50 vultures circling doesn't give me much hope. No. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it at that. We will catch you on the next one.
Well, we survived the night despite rain and snow and a lack of filming. After warming up in the morning sun, we packed up and headed out to our next destination. On the way out, we stopped and saw some old-time graffiti from the original wagon train pioneers. Our goal was to make it to Salt Lake City, so we took a back road into Utah. It was pretty. We also saw some locals, very friendly, and then we discovered the local airbase likes to take joyrides through the valley at very low altitudes. After heading into Utah itself, we stopped in Salt Lake City and grabbed lunch and wandered around. I guess the temple was undergoing construction, so all we saw were the tops of it. From there, we thought we were clever by heading to Antelope Island to camp along the shores of the Great Salt Lake. After paying a non-refundable $30 camping fee, we discovered that while the bison were cool, the flesh-eating gnats were not. But before we dive into that, a quick word about the sponsor of today's video. Okemo was started in 2018 by a former Apple battery engineer. They create a wide range of portable power stations for various uses, including camping, overlanding, and emergency home backup power. We've been using the Okemo G2000 solar generator and solar panels. This battery has some serious capacity with 2,220 watt-hours, rated power to 2,000 watts, with a peak surge capacity of 5,000 watts. And that's just the battery. These Okemo 100-watt foldable solar panels are rugged. They use monocrystalline silicone technology to have a high conversion efficiency of up to 23%. We use this battery and solar panel duo to power all of our camera equipment, portable refrigerator, and also our heated blanket when we are out camping or staying on our remote property. Setup is easy and can be done by one person. Okemo even has a special deal happening right now on this model. Use the codes on the screen for $300 off the 2,000 watt power station and $200 off the 1,000 watt power station. Thanks to Okemo for sponsoring today's video. Our channel wouldn't exist without the support of our followers, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when we post future videos. Now where were we? Oh, right. Flesh-eating gnats.
What happened, babe? Where are we?
Oh,
Why? Why are you here?
because the bugs were really bad at the last place. Like, really bad.
Because we suck.
So instead, we went to the lovely KOA.
It's nice.
In Salt Lake City. No, this is actually really nice. They have a hot tub and a pool.
And a media center.
In a media center. And they've got a place, and she said the pizza place will deliver to your spot. The Mexican place, the guy's actually from Mexico. She says it's really authentic and really good. We get a discount at the pizza place.
Yeah.
We're in the back corner. We're actually right by the puppy park.
Oh, Murphy, did you hear that? There's a puppy park.
They have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, suck it, Antelope Island.
No, it's actually like, this is actually like really nice. We need to stay at these more often.
They are kind of expensive, though.
So yes, we are in the KOA and not the cool island we'd hoped we'd stay at. But all things considered, this is a really nice KOA. So I'm just happy that we're not going to get eaten alive by bugs. There's actually a taco place right down the road. Probably going to walk to it. This is fine.
At least we didn't die.
Nope. This actually isn't a bad KOA.
They're all nice. That's the nice thing about KOAs. They have everything you need.
Maybe in conclusion, we should start planning our trips a little better.
Sometimes when we don't plan, though, they're the best trips ever.
The plan tomorrow is to head west. We're gonna head to Nevada towards the Bonneville?
Oh, Bonneville?
And yeah, so we'll see what tomorrow holds.
More disappointment.
So since checkout time at the KOA was 9 a.m., we hit the road far earlier than we normally did. First stop, going to see what all the fuss was about and see the Great Salt Lake for ourselves.
Is that just salt? Take you seriously in those classes.
We can cross it off our list. We've made it.
We learned several things inside Great Salt Lake National Park. The first was that the piles of salt are not soft and fluffy like we thought. The second was the Salt Lake tastes gross. And the third was it was really windy and to always secure your hat. From there we continued west, passing what I can only imagine were rival salt manufacturing facilities. Also some really weird sculptures. As we got closer to the Nevada-Utah border, we started to see the white reflection of the salt flats.
We made it. We're out here at the salt flats.
It's a little windy.
A little windy.
Can't tell.
But it's been fun. We've been taking drone shots and playing around. It's bizarre. Like, it's hard, but it's salt. It's weird. It looks like ice.
Yeah, we're gonna see how fast we can get the 150 up to. This looks like this little Corolla wants to race. Oh god, look at how fast they're going. You gotta be doing like 38, the wind at their back.
Going by Wendover, which is the Utah side, and then we should be crossing the border into Nevada to West Wendover pretty soon. And it literally came up so quick we missed the sign, but we're in Nevada now. You can tell by, 1, the sign that said Nevada, 2, the 4 casinos that were literally on the state line.
Like feet of the line.
Huge resorts. And apparently weed's legal in Nevada. And a lot of liquor stores are all of a sudden popping up. Yeah, so it's a couple-hour drive to Elko. I think we're going to try to stay at a campground there. But I really need to stop saying what we're doing because it never ends up happening. So we're headed west. We'll leave it at that.
After making it to Elko, Nevada, we went south and found a nice little reservoir camping site for the night. At least we thought it was nice at first.
We found our camp spot for the night. We're about 25 minutes south of Elko, Nevada. And this is some state park, something reservoir state park. But the campsites are actually really nice. They're right on the water. It's just freezing, and the forecast for tonight was not good. The nearest town's called Spring Creek, and they had snow and wind and rain all night into tomorrow. But we're hoping since we're a little bit south, maybe it'll blow by. But for now, we're gonna get our tent set up. But we got into all our new warm gear that we got from Backcountry earlier today. Not sponsored, but I wish we were. And hopefully our tent doesn't blow away in the middle of the night. We learned our lesson and we're putting the rain fly on tonight. So if there was ever any question, I'm recording. If there was ever any question about our dedication to this, make it even better, there's actually a winter weather advisory tonight. It's gonna hit us, it's meant for the county south of us, but we're pretty close to the county line, so this should get interesting. But we have the rain fly up, so we're prepared. We are strapping that son of a bitch down. At least, I think that makes me feel better about here. So we are literally in the middle of the biggest storm in the United States right now. So we are hunkering down. Literally. We brought all the food, the electronics into the tent. This is a very small tent.
After a pretty brutal snowstorm and windstorm of the night, we packed up our stuff in silence and headed north to get back to Idaho. Not before stopping into the historic J.M. Capriola hat and rope store on the way out. We cut through northern Nevada and actually made our way into Idaho just south of Boise. From Boise, we actually made our way northwest into Oregon and headed for Baker City to spend the night.
So we got a motel in Baker City and I'm not mad about it. They even have a nice little doggy area fenced off in the back for Murphy to run around.
Well, it ain't much, but I am hella happy to have running water and a bed. I think even Murphy was happy to sleep inside. After one of the most restful motel stays I've ever had, complete with a hot shower and a warm meal, we geared up for our final day of the road trip, leaving Baker City and making our way northeast through the mountains and along several rivers. I'm not kidding when I say I didn't even know it was possible for Eastern Oregon to be this green or this gorgeous. We passed a lot of ranches and farms, including one really cool bison ranch, before heading into Washington briefly on our way to Lewiston, Idaho, where we headed home from there. Well, if you're still watching this video, thank you for following along on our great April road trip. Altogether, we drove over 1,200 miles in 6 days. We hit 4 states, at least 5 national and state parks, and had at least some fun along the way. This was our first experience with a rooftop tent, and it definitely won't be the last. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.